Hi, it's Susan Nisley, and welcome to today's episode of I Travel Nurse TV. Nice to see ya. Hope you're enjoying your current travel contract and having some fun in whatever city or state or whatever part of the country or the world that you're in. I know that I'm having a blast where I am in Indio, California. Now, today's episode, I'm going to talk about discrimination in travel nursing. Now, I had this situation come up yesterday that I thought was highly offensive to not only me, but to other travel nurses. And I have a lot of concerns about what happened, and I'm going to be watching this. Now, I am currently working at John F. Kennedy Memorial Hospital in Indio, California. I'm contracted through a company called LRS Healthcare. So far, so good with LRS Healthcare. They've got nice accommodations here on an extended stay hotel rate, and I'm living very close to the hospital, and the hospital itself is very, very cute. Now, they did have a full week of classroom orientation, and during part of this orientation, there was a segment in which the hospital pharmacist came in to speak to the group. Now, that is not uncommon if you are working in a situation in which a hospital system actually gives good orientation to new people coming in. Sometimes you can get contracts and you might only have a day or so of orientation and you never know who's running this show. So that was nice that it is done that way. But what I didn't like was what a hospital pharmacist in a management position had the nerve to say during orientation. And this makes me think a lot of different things. Now, there's always issues when it comes to controlled substances, and it's been a big thing nationwide. They're trying to crack down on healthcare providers, abusing narcotics. Let's say stealing narcotics on the job, using narcotics on the job, and so forth. I mean, it's always been like that in healthcare, but it's definitely something that they've been looking at more and been able to catch more based on technology with systems such as the Accuses and so forth, and we've all used the Accuses. Okay, here's what I didn't like about what this hospital pharmacist said. Now, he gave the impression that the reason why people like us are travel nurses or take travel assignments is that we are trying to scapegoat some kind of criminal legal issue and related to narcotics or controlled substances in another city or state. He was saying, travel nurses, they may have done something in one city or state, and then they come to another one. Well, I just want to let you know that, you're not going to get away with it here. And I'm thinking to myself, moron. Hello, moron. We're all licensed, registered nurses. We have to follow the same laws and the same standards. It doesn't matter what city or state that we are in. So if there is a criminal violation against a nurse or even another healthcare practitioner, physician, nurse practitioner, PA, whomever, in another city or state, well, they're not going to just, forget about that and just let somebody run to another district or whatever and get away with that. No, somebody who has done that would be caught in the district that it has occurred in. They would be caught by the hospital. They would be caught by law enforcement, and they wouldn't be allowed to practice nursing. So I mean, that's really a no-brainer. It's a total no-brainer. If a nurse, let's just say in Los Angeles, California, were to go into the hospital and found to be stealing narcotics out of the Pyxis or Accudose or Omnicell, whatever medication system that they are using, and or using those kinds of substances on the job, and if they were caught and all of that stuff, well, if they're caught in Los Angeles, they're caught nationwide. So no, we do not take travel assignments in an attempt to, scapegoat or get away from legal issues. We take travel assignments because we like being a travel nurse. We like doing agency staffing, or we like contract staffing. We are not criminals. And I was highly offended by this manager, who's apparently a pharmacist, hospital pharmacist there at JFK Memorial Hospital in Indio, California. How dare you accuse us of being criminals and using travel nursing, you know, thinking that we're doing this because we have conducted criminal activity related to controlled substances in other states. I was highly offended by this hospital pharmacist. Now, every hospital in the United States has problems. Every hospital does. Some hospitals more than others. Okay, and it doesn't matter if you're a travel nurse, if you're an agency nurse, or if you're a staff nurse or a physician. I mean, I have seen nurses and healthcare providers, including physicians across the board, get in trouble and lose their professional license and face criminal charges based on things that they have done related to controlled substances. I mean, I even had to help fire a house supervisor when I was in management because the house supervisor came to work drunk. So, you know, I was extremely offended by this hospital pharmacist at JFK, you know, Memorial Hospital, insulting our profession, you know, automatically accusing us as being some kind of druggie or some kind of thief. In regards to these kinds of situations, we follow the same laws and the same policies and the same procedures no matter where we go. So, you know, I don't know what else to think about that, but, you know, I find it just highly offensive. And I'll have to do a little bit more work on this as far as this hospital specific thing, but it kind of makes me wonder, you know, I don't want a nurse, another travel nurse, to go into a hospital system and automatically be accused of being a criminal just because he or she chooses to work in this capacity. So, and anyway, and if you guys have ever experienced that in another hospital system, please comment to this video and please let us know. These could be hospitals that we need to stay away from because they could have their own internal problems themselves and are trying to look to scapegoat it on contract staffing versus, you know, their own staff members or even people within their own department. So these are things that we have to keep an eye on as travel nurses. So anyway, that is today's episode of I Travel Nurse TV. Travel nurses being wrongly accused of being criminals by a hospital pharmacist. Something you gotta, you know, stay on the lookout for and, you know, hopefully keep away from. So that's today's episode. Remember, keep a stun gun handy when you're on assignment. Bad guys can come after you anywhere at any time. Make sure that you stay safe wherever you go. I'm Susan Nisley, and I will see you next time on I Travel Nurse TV. Have a good one.